you have ever been guilty by association, then you know what it feels like to be poorly influenced. I am Matthew Estudillo, and I have brought 3 items that represent what has influenced me and what will and how that influenced me. So the first item I brought is a video game, GameCube. This is pretty significant because I first off used it to play with the neighborhood kids who were, at the time, were like my best friends or whatever. And on top of that, I was playing this around the same time that my dad got into an accident. And before that, he worked a lot because he had to, but then after that he couldn't, so he stayed at the house a lot more. And when he did, he found out I was a very undisciplined child. So he decided to discipline me, but not totally mean, like whipping me or whatever. He decided to try to play this game with me, and as you could tell, you know, like any other kid, whenever he beat me, I threw a fit, and even did it in front of my friends too, just to show me a lesson. So this kind of represents how my dad taught me the morals that I carry on today, because I am not that same child that I was 10 years ago. And I have this photo of a truck. This represents the many adventures I have gone on a truck with my brother, who I never really got to hang out with too much as a kid, but afterwards, when I was like 10, he got a philosophy major or something, so now he just kind of gives me wisdom. And we don't have much time to talk because he was out doing his own thing, making his own life, because I was born when he was 18. So he got a job as a truck driver eventually, and he took me on a couple trips, and through those, all we had to do was just talk. You can't really do anything else. So part of being a philosopher is having arguments. So of course he kind of did that with me. So while I was on the truck trips with him, I had these arguments, and like almost every time that he's actually trying to win an argument, he beats me, which makes sense. So the truck kind of represents how my mind grew in the past, and it's still growing now. I still talk with him, and we still do the same thing, and he still beats me all the time because I'm only 16. So the next thing I brought was this encyclopedia book. It's not like I actually read that word for word and try to memorize it, but it's more like it just represents what I want to do later. At one point I thought I wanted to be like a neurologist or something, and then I'm kind of interested in economics right now, but one thing I know for sure is I want to be some sort of researcher, someone who figures out information that has not been previously known and leave that behind as my legacy. Because I kind of blame my brother for this, because philosopher, it's not very practical. It's not a very practical degree at all. It just kind of builds up your logic and is very abstract. So, and that's the same thing with research. It's kind of abstract. It's not like I would prefer not to be using already known things to figure out problems or whatever. I want to figure out new information myself. And the reason I decided not to be a brain researcher was because the hard sciences is too formal. It's not abstract enough. So I kind of moved on to economics, and that's where I will be from now on. So to wrap it up, this video game right here represents my morals that were taught to me by my father. This truck represents my increased mind and logic due to my brother. And this book right here represents what I want to do in the future due to the photo of a truck and the video game. Thank you.